Some of you guys, it happens every Sunday morning. I get to see it behind the pulpit. As I'm preaching, you go cross-eyed and you're kind of like struggling. You're trying so hard to see, okay, yeah, we're tired. We've gone through the whole week, so we're tired. I get it. Bible says their eyes were heavy. So I find it kind of a interesting place where Jesus comes back and Jesus is like, hey, could you not watch with me? Could you not stay awake with me? And it's this place where they have to consider who Jesus is and what he is going through and say, you know what? Yes, I am tired, and yes, I am sleepy, but what you're going through is a lot more important. It's real. It's the hardest thing that you will ever go through. So they feel overwhelmed. But they fall into their human nature. And I know this is going to be a tad bit comical, so don't try to make it too comical. But there's people here today, that's exactly what you do. When life gets hard, you take a nap. You sleep. And although there is a place to rest, sleep in the context of our text was actually a very selfish move. Think about what Jesus says to the disciples. My soul is very sorrowful, even to death. Remain here and watch with me. He tells them, I feel like dying. And they're asleep. Here's a truth that most people want to admit. When we're overwhelmed, we tend to get selfish. Okay. When we're overwhelmed, I tend to get selfish. Is that an understatement? Somebody here said anything. When we get overwhelmed, beloved, listen to me, we tend to get selfish. And we get to this place that what matters the most to Jesus becomes secondary. This is why you can justify not going to church. This is why you can justify not praying, not reading your Bible, not being a good brother, not being a good sister. This is why the phrase, I'm tired, I just need a nap, or I need some me time, or I need whatever, however, that becomes a very good excuse or very good justification. But can I tell you here today that Jesus is still sorrowful about people dying and going to hell? That the very sentiment of Jesus at that garden is still the very sentiment today. There are people who desperately need Jesus. Our church desperately needs Jesus. We need our church to have the presence of God so that when visitors come in, they don't just encounter a sermon or nice people or music, but they encounter the living presence of God. And the only way that's going to happen is if we tend or we lean towards ignoring sleep. Lean over to say, you know what? I care more about the things of God than what I feel. Be careful to justify our selfish carnality because we are overwhelmed.